The British Navy acquired its first submarine in 1901. It was American-built, a new weapon for a new century. The first class of British-built submarine was in 1902 and was called the A class. Within 10 years, a succession of new designs were built: the B, C and D class. They were called boats, and they weren't given names, only numbers and letters. One admiral described them as underhand, unfair and damned un-English. They were considered against the traditions of the Royal Navy. But in 1911, the Royal Australian Navy is only 3 years old. The Australian government orders 2 of the latest E-class boats. 51 metres long, 650 tonnes, powered by 2 Vickers diesel engines pumping 3,600 horsepower. Submerged, the E-class displaced 800 tonnes of seawater and was powered by 2 electric motors. Armed with 4 18-inch torpedo tubes, the boats were fast, stealthy, deadly. They were named A for Australia, E for their class, and numbers 1 and 2. AE1 and AE2 arrived in Sydney Harbour in May 1914. The AE1 was crewed by 35 men, a mixture of British and Australians and 1 New Zealander, under the command of Lieutenant Commander Thomas Besant, 31 years old. The youngest crew member was 21-year-old Jack Jarman from St Kilda in Melbourne. The youngest navy in the world now had 2 of the most technologically advanced weapon systems yet built. In 4 months, they would be at war. Britain declared war on Germany on August 4th, 1914. 2 days later, they requested the Australian Navy attack German territories in the Pacific. An Australian naval and military expeditionary force was quickly formed. 1,000 soldiers, 500 naval reservists, the battle cruiser Australia, light cruisers Sydney and Encounter, 3 destroyers, transporters and tankers, and the AE1 and AE2. They were assigned to operations in Papua New Guinea, in the waters around Rabaul. Parties of soldiers and armed sailors were sent ashore to attack German wireless facilities. To support the troops, the ships and both submarines patrolled the waters nearby, guarding against the German fleet. AE1 was assigned to patrol in the waters off nearby Cape Gazelle. This is the last photograph of AE1. At 2:30 in the afternoon of September 14, she signalled HMAS Parramatta and asked for visibility conditions. Then, AE1 continued to patrol and vanished without a trace. AE1 has never been found. Find the Men of AE1 is an association of submariners, scientists and maritime archaeologists. They've partnered with Silentworld Foundation, and together they intend to find AE1. The team behind Find the Men of AE1 helped preserve and protect AE1's sister submarine, AE2, sunk during the Gallipoli campaign and lost for some 80 years in Turkish waters.
I'm Peter Briggs. I'm a retired submariner and working with a team of people scattered around Australia, in fact, to locate and find the men of AE1.
Through the support of the Australian National Maritime Museum, The team assembled to re-examine the original records and evaluate existing theories surrounding the disappearance. New clues were uncovered.
The most likely scenario, based on the research that's been done, is that the submarine was heading back to base at Rabaul and probably entered into a dive, either as a practice exercise or a crash dive. And something happened. Something went terribly awry.
We've got an outline for a 30-day expedition. The important technologies here for us will be side-scan sonar, a sub-bottom profiler, and we will also tow a magnetometer behind it, looking for the metal signature of AE1.
We have the best technology and the best operators. We should find AE1.
I think it is of huge significance to Australia. It's significance to the Navy, to our understanding of our wartime past, but more importantly, it's a human story.
Find the men of AE1 and Silentworld Foundation, in partnership with the Australian National Maritime Museum and the Submarine Institute of Australia, are looking for sponsors to help them find AE1. Join us. The men of AE1 were lost doing their duty. With your support, we can solve the mystery of AE1, bring recognition to the men, closure to their families, and honour to their memory.